My name is Oku Kenayo, and I'm the director and founder of Children in Freedom School. Children in Freedom School is the first special school in Africa, and we have been fortunate enough to win lots of awards. Just recently, we were nominated as the top 10 best school in the world, and this is due to the fact that we were not focused on children passing maths and English. We were focused on children understanding who they are, understanding their identity, and creating change from that. And from that change we were called and we were given that award. Also, to prove that understanding who you are is powerful, I will show you just the last KCPE, we were top 10 in Kenya. So that said, I don't know whether to turn my computer. The history of the haunted. That's what we want to talk about. We want to talk about the history of the haunted. So when you look at that topic, the history of the haunted, what does it make you feel? There's an image here. Sorry, if I can go forward. There's an image here that shows. Okay, so that's an image on the right of a bear. And you can see the hunters trying to kill it. If we start perceiving that we are the hunted, it will pass down the line to our children. So first and foremost, what we call ourselves really matter. Are we truly the hunted? Or we are the kings and queens? It's something so important that we have to demystify, because what we are dealing with here is not our time, but the time for our children. So if your story, they said, until the lion tells his own story, the hunters, they will look like heroes and superstars, isn't it? But what if the lion tells his story? What if you tell your story? What if you tell your pain? What if you tell what you go through? Your artifact, just like we said, was stolen. And some of these artifacts are gods. Like from where I came from, I was born in the kingdom of Benin. Majority of the things we used to know was taken. And then it was exchanged. They gave us knives on our neck and our mothers, and they told us, take the Bible and a cross. We took it, and then they still killed my grandmother. So what is it about the haunted? I don't want to be about that. Are we together here? So until the lion tells the story, the side of the hunter, he will be glorified. Whatever he says will be glorified. And that's why, to be honest, what story do we give our children? What story do we pass on to our generation? So having this in the institution is the most powerful thing. And ladies and gentlemen, to be honest, we have done this in Children in Freedom School, which I will show you later on. Let's look at, instead of calling it the history of the haunted, we decided to call it the history of the Black African. Because when you look at yourself, ladies and gentlemen, they don't come because of your color. They don't come because of anything related to you. They come to you because they know the power you carry. Nobody goes to no one that don't have power. I was talking to some of the visitors who visited my school from Netherlands, and this old man told me that black people are gods. For the first time in my life, I had cold all over my body. He told me another thing, that black people gave birth to all humanity, and he gave me facts. And I clapped for him. I told him, that one I know. Are we together here? And that's why when you look at black people, we have so much love. We are so kind. We welcome people into our house. In the morning, they have killed all our children, plus cattle, and told you, get out. This is not your land. There is no time we reject people from our home. Because why? We are that cattle. How many of you have cows? Yeah? When you go to that cow, every morning you milk the cow. Africa is a continent where we are milked constantly. Even right now as we speak, there is an automated machine that is milking Africa faster than it was milked before. And do you know what? That cow still has milk. For 300 plus years, that cow still produces milk. What does it tell you? What does it tell you, ladies and gentlemen? How does it feel naturally for you to just have a cow in your compound and you have been milking that cow? Nobody feeds that cow. Nobody comes back to that cow and tell that cow, listen cow, you have done so well, take this. No. I will show you a map of how Africa has been milked. Every resources from Africa goes. Never one come back. There was a painful story 4 years ago of a German tourist who went to Zimbabwe. As they were driving through the road, children were playing naked, and they were throwing stones to each other. And the stone hit the car. And they turned and they stopped the vehicle. And the man picked up the stone and he looked at it. And it was diamond. This Muzungu was so shocked that he cancelled his trip and went back to Germany. What is it that we are studying in this country? What is the essence of studying business abdmi? What is the business of studying French? What is my business of studying nonsense when I have gold? Why don't I study gold? Why don't I study mining? There is no geology to be studied in this country. There is no geophysics, geoscience. How can people understand the minerals that God has given you? What are we doing about it? So therefore, the key that we should be looking at here is, how do we affect the curriculum? Curriculum is now. The Black Africa, unearthing the histories, is taken away from us. How many people know that everything we see today, like the light bulbs, was made by black people? A white man patented it. Internet was made by black people from Nigeria. A white man patented it. Everything you create, M-Pesa, was made by somebody, this boy in Kenya. What's his name? Do you know? Goodness. M-Pesa was started by a Kenyan boy. The pyramid which we built up till today, they are still doing mathematical calculation to find out how we did it. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. I want to tell you something, that you are not just who you think you are. You are a super genius. That is why in Africa we have 1.9 million NGOs every day checking. Have they changed? Have they understood that they are gods? What is happening? They are checking you. They are not doing nothing than checking you. They fund organizations to find out whether you have woken up. That's what they do. Please tell me. If they want to stop FGN, it will take only 3 months. FGN will stop. They don't want to stop nothing. If they want to put water in the whole of Kenya, only 1 year. That is why when they come and they make things, we tell them we don't want it. Are we together here? So how do we infuse Afrocentrism in our curriculum? Some of you might be in the university, some of you might be working in your offices, but the key thing here is what you are learning. How do you infuse the African-centeredness, your greatness, your root, If a tree has no root, will it bear fruit? Yes? If a tree has no root, will it bear fruit? No, it's as well as dead. And that is why introducing Afrocentrism in our curriculum will be paramount to the growth of our children, to the growth of a black child to become a superstar. And how do we do that? This topic we're talking about today has the lack of representation. If you look at all the exercise books you use, none of them talk about what your grandfather did. None of them talk about the superpowers that your fathers had. None of them talk about it. We did the first brain surgeon in the world. Nobody appreciates it. It's from Kenya, Kisii. The first brain surgeon. It was done without any medication, nothing. Called him witchcraft. I'll show you the video. What are we doing to secure the knowledge that we have? Let me tell you something. When you know who you are, when you know your truth, something begins to happen to you. Something begins to change inside you. And that's that change we bring into the curriculum. When I teach my children and I tell them what happened, the maths that they study was started by a woman in Congo, a woman. And then the ladies in the school will say, oh teacher, I don't know maths. Then they play the video, they see it, they are encouraged and they get angry. It is time for African women to get angry. They are on top. Women have been kings, not queens, kings for decades. Kings for decades. A lot of things that have been changed and lost because of identity swift. That is what we have to bring back through Afrocentrism. Another thing is recognition of black history, the positive recognition. When we put the positivity, the good things that they've done, you know, the good things. Look at, for example, what's happening in the French Francophone countries. They are all leaving, isn't it? Now you have them, the Burkina Fasos and all that. They don't want anything to do with France. Why? It will come a time you milk the cow and it shouts, it will kick you with the back leg, isn't it? Africa is going to kick with the back leg as soon as possible. It has started, it will continue, because they will milk. Right now, this is how it happens. When they want to milk, they will tell you, you are not, you and Nigeria, no, Nigeria is very evil people, this one. They will create a story, a narrative, sell it to you, you continue, you sell it to your cousins, and they spread that rumor. The genocide that happened in Rwanda is just people speaking the same language, and they just say, your nose is better than my nose. Tutsi and kill each other, and they started killing each other. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to educate ourselves. Not to talk as if I am Kenyan. No, I have stopped that kind of narrative. I am African. I don't see you as another tribe. I don't see you as another person from another place. I see you as an African, as one brother, one skin. There is no difference. If I didn't dress like this, you will never know whether I am Kenyan or not. On our nakedness bears the truth of who we are. Are we together? Also, what is missing is the untold stories. Those stories nobody wants to talk about. Those stories, just like what you said in the beginning, and that's why I told you good stuff. Instead of you to tell our brothers that they are warriors, you say no, they are terrorists. They're terrorists. These Somali people, they're terrorists because they are saying they want their country. They're terrorists. Are you getting my point? The Mau Maus, because they made noise that they should give them land, they are terrorists. So they use negative notations to address us. We should change those notations. We are not the haunted. Let me tell you, Africans are very strong and rugged. Very strong and rugged. Be ready and understand that the education of identity is what we need, not fighting physically. When you know who you are, the confidence rise. The way you even look at things rise. If somebody tell you today, you are the son of a president, the way you sit on this chair will change. We have been lied to. We have been told you are a son of a slave. Your father was a monkey. Now the evolution story that we were monkeys. When you go, they say, don't you know the evolution story? Shut up. I studied in England, and that's all I heard all my life. Evolution story. You are an ape. From ape you became like this, and then you became. Why didn't I turn back and my head goes back to the ground? Please, ladies and gentlemen, it's very simple logic, isn't it? Simple logic. If I started like this, and now I like this, and then like this, I should be going backwards, isn't it? Isn't it? I should be going backwards. If I'm not going backwards, by now I should have changed to a butterfly. But if the black people are apes and monkeys, and yet we are waiting to change to mosquitoes, the monkeys I see on the road, what are they waiting for to change to another creature? My friend, your education has been infiltrated. Your education has been infiltrated with lies. And that is why understanding your identity, listen to me, it takes anger. It takes a certain kind of anger to wake up yourself. It takes a certain kind of anger to get out of that comfort zone. Because why? I know I'm going to die very soon or one time. I will not achieve this. But let me tell you, the children, my friend, don't joke. When those Muzungu, they came to my school and then they were playing, they went to the children. Oh, hi. The children told them, excuse me, we are playing. It's our time for break and we don't have another one. When we've closed school, if I have a minute or two, I can talk to you. They came to report to me, the journalists came to report to me in the office. Your children are so rude. How do you define? Are you understanding the negative notation? Instead of you to come and tell me my children are very confident. Are you getting my point? We are defined, listen to me guys, we are defined by negative notation. Anything you do, you are giving a negative notation. My children are very stubborn and rude, indisciplined. You need to discipline those children. Did they say anything wrong to you? No. What did they say? That is their break time. But when they told me, but when they went to another school, Lanet Primary, the children, it was a party. The children were jubilating. I say, yeah, we don't jubilate for those who have killed my mothers and my fathers, took my properties, took my land. Jubilate for what? Where is that jubilation coming from? We have work to do. We are getting there. Are we together, guys? We also need to talk about our struggles, to talk about our black achievements. Anywhere you go, be it in Spain, anywhere, they will just tell you, my friend, listen, people are slaves. That's the end of discussion. You try to talk, they shut you down, isn't it? Yeah? But the truth is, are they telling you your achievements? No one tells you your achievement. You need to talk about your achievement. You need to sing to your children, your friends, your relatives about your achievement. This can be done by anyone else. Okay? Now, these are the areas of where we need to improve our education curriculum. One, the historical omissions. This was done purposely by removing things from the curriculum. Now, if you look at our curriculum, okay, please just tell me. Why? Okay, give me. There's these courses in university we do that you just wonder, why the hell am I studying this thing? Majority, 90% of graduates go to school for nothing. I was one of them. Yes, we go to school for nothing. Because if we were given the knowledge I have right now, ladies and gentlemen, I will spend 8 years studying the methodology of gold and diamonds. Because you are stepping on it. If you drive Kajiado, I took my wife on a trip and we went into Kajiado, sir. Kajiado, we drove for 4 hours. We were driving on white marble. 1 ton of white marble is $300,000. And we are going to university to study what? We are going to university to study what? The mineral for filtering water in Nakuru, you would travel like 4 hours. 4 hours, but yet Nakuru does not have clean water. There is a lot to be done. Today, it all comes back to what kind of education do we have? There should be Ministry of Salt. Yes, without salt you can't cook. Without salt we all die. And yet, Kenya has the highest reserve in the planet. What are we studying? Turkana has the highest water reserve in the whole world. We can be supplying water to California, they lack water. Isn't it? What kind of curriculum are we studying? So our curriculum should be focused on the positiveness of our being as Black people. Are we together here? Number 2, unveiling the untold story, giving the impact representation. So impact representation is talking about what have we done? What can we do? What is the impact of what we are doing? Africans, we can do a lot, and it is in our own strength to start performing. Are we together? Reforming the curriculum. When people talk about reforming the curriculum, I tell them, listen, you are not reforming anything. How many of you know Black people, we started the first university in the world. We started the second university in the world. The third university, which is Oxford, we started it also. Please, I'm telling you, please Google it. Okay? If truly our forefathers have gone this far in enhancing education all over the world, then what are we doing up till now because we are the youths? If it is not paining you as a person, something is wrong, isn't it? The last one is empowerment through knowledge. If you don't have knowledge, yes, whatever happens around you will look like either a movie or fun, yes, if you don't have knowledge, isn't it? If they tell you, oh, it's time for us to back, you will back. But there was somebody I met in Egypt, and this lady told me, sit down. He said, have you ever taken time to look at yourself? I found it very difficult to understand. I said, yes, I have a mirror, very big one in my sitting room. I have it also in my room. I look at myself every day. He said, no, I mean, you are different. You come with something. That's why everyone is looking for you. Please, you come with something. And that something you come with, that is what everyone wants. Right now, as we speak, technologically, people to take the melanin for computer chips. I'm telling you, please, this one is latest. Because of melanin. Because your melanin transmits signals that the world cannot understand. Please Google it. Everything I'm telling you is fact. Right now, scientists are using it for chips because now they want to create chips. The melanin does not die. That's why you can stay in the sun that transmits powers and rays. The melanin will hold it. They need it. Do you know who you are? That's a very good question. The education that we need for our people to unearth the truth is Afrocentrism. It's important to learn Eurocentric education just like what we have. To Children in Freedom School. You can Google my school and you'll find out. If you want to make your rasta, put it up there. What is the problem? If you want to tie your hair like the turban and the sultan, tie it. Your clothes, your hair does not matter. What matters is what is inside your brains. And I started the first Afrocentric school in Africa. Doing well. You won't clap for me? Right now we have 398 children doing well, fully intelligent kids. No matter how they come into the school, when they, after two terms, they become superstar intelligence. Why? People have come, researchers from all universities, like Cambridge University has come, and they're asking us, but how come these kids are doing well than other schools? The truth is, a child will do well when you tell the child the truth about himself. When the child knows that I am not a monkey, I did not evolve like crocodile or cockroach. I was a man. I've always been a man. I have been great. And let me tell you something. These children, they look at themselves and they say, thank you for telling us the truth. Because how possible is it for example, a man to wait after some time, not transmit to become a butterfly? Majority of the things we read are all total nonsense. That is why you not only need to become a researcher, you need to be a teacher. Are you clapping? Thank you. Not only becoming a researcher, become a teacher. Because we need to teach the next person next to us. When they hear the truth. You know, there was a research recently, yeah? People don't learn because you teach them. People learn from what they see. Do you know that? People learn from what they see. Your eyes is the most powerful input device in the world. Your eyes is the most powerful input device. And if you are not careful, you will receive informations that are devastating. Are we together here? Let's look at, this is a map. I don't know if I'm there. I don't know if you can see this map. Have a look there. Okay? This is Africa. Yeah? I wish I can share this to all of you. This is Africa, and you can imagine, yes, you can imagine every wealth that we have moves from here out to Europe, Asia, and moves out. None ever comes back. None. Human resources. Why is it that every time they talk about immigration, Africa was number one? My brother, for it, I'll use a good example of myself. My senior brother was one of the top engineers at that time. Before we said Jack Robinson was giving green card, today he's a pastor. They kill your dream. They make sure they suck every intelligence you have and then leave you hanging. That is why you never come back the same. We have a lot of work to do. I wanted to play this video so that you see some of what we are talking about. Our brain surgeon, I don't know. The volume is really down, but at least you can see. This is a brain surgery that was done here in Kisii. Here in Kisii. And this guy, without any surgical tools, did a successful brain surgery. But we will spend 9 years, Kenyatta University, studying medicine. Come out to be good. You see, they use the native leaves. Yeah. You see, the knife is sharpening. These are ancient tools for our brain surgery. Yes, the lady is awake. It's a woman, yes. And they showed everything, how he opened it. And you will hear Uji. No oxygen. No anesthesia. No neurosurgeon. No sanitary power. No nothing.
Chances of survival? 96%.
Chances of survival? 96%.
With the old scrub one. It's used as a dressing.
See the banana water, they squeezed it and they took it so that it doesn't, it's like a painkiller. But if you drink it, they say we are witchcraft. Yes. So that is an operation, a surgical operation done by an African. Yes. Excellently done. We don't make noise. Africa, listen to me guys. Africans, we don't make noise. If it's wealth, we don't make noise. We were born inside wealth. Inside wealth, we were born inside. Intelligent, we don't make noise. Go to America, you will see black people who are top notch in the army, in IT, everywhere. But yet, they never recognize you. It is time for you to begin to recognize yourself. There's a village adage my grandmother used to tell us. There's a redneck. If the redneck falls from the tree, it hits the ground. He looks around, nobody clap for him. After doing that high jump, he will clap for himself. He will nod his head. Okay? I want us to begin to nod our head. We are worth it, we deserve it, we are better off. Okay? Now this other video is a lady C-section which was done. You know, I'm showing you this. It's a lady, they did C-section for a lady in a village.
And that knowledge was shared in the West after British doctors witnessed it. So let's verify. Did African midwives successfully perform C-sections or was common in Europe? Meaning to the following sources that answer this question. We dug into the history to verify if it's true. African midwives did successfully perform C-sections before it was common in Europe.
You see that? Yes. But have they ever told you that it's a black person that started C-section? No. Nobody will tell you. But it happened in Uganda. In Uganda, they did a C-section for a lady. And it's also done now rapidly everywhere. Okay? Next, I would like to know, you have listened to me, you have felt the spirit around this table. How do you feel listening to what I've said? What does it mean to you for what I've said? How does it take your spirit? On what level has it taken your spirit to? What is the importance of what I've just said? Does it make sense? So I would like to hear from you. And you say you're coming. Okay, take notes. Yes. So I would like to hear from you. How did you feel listening to what I've said? Yeah. The moment you have a vision, they will come after you. It is left to you to decide. I will also die anyway. Imelewa. After all, we will all die. So if it comes day before yesterday, it is also called die. Yeah. I am going to teach my children about their identity, and no one is going to stop me. After 1 month and a half, I was kidnapped. My wife was also kidnapped. They said they were robbers. They took, and they told me they're going to kill me, to push me into the crater. How many of you know the crater? 6,000 feet down, and my car was up there. I told them, do it as fast as you can, because I am tired also of life. And I am sincerely tired. And the guys, they looked at me, they were huge. And I thank God they were black. I told them, again, you are used. Again, you are used. The same story we told 200 years ago, we are still told. You are used. And they looked at me and said, who are you? I told them. So, what I'm trying to say to you, sir, is this. Challenges must always come. The people who will create change in this world must be ready to die at any time. Even if it means that I die in front of that door, I should be ready for that. Because why? If I don't sacrifice my life, my children will continue the same stupidity we are left behind. And I'm not ready for that. So what do I need to do? I expedited the learning process. I don't only teach them about who they are. Now they speak 4 different languages. Every child. 2007 in Kenya, there was the war, a political war. And that political war was very dangerous. And somebody here seated can even tell you more, because he lost his father. What happened in that war is a tribal war. How do we treat tribals here? If I speak your language, automatically I'm your brother. So what did I do? In Children in Freedom School, every child, if you're Kikuyu, you will learn Kikuyu plus 3 other languages. So you can imagine the child is a facet, an embodiment of Africa. If you speak Kikuyu, you speak Kikuyu and Izaluo. If you speak Kalenjin, it flows with you and Izaluo. Are you getting me? We broke the boundary. We were divided purposefully, intentionally, so that we will kill ourselves. To break that is to understand each other, isn't it? When I understand you, we will never fight. Are we together here? So one of the secrets here is this. You have to be intentional. So let me tell you a little bit of Children in Freedom, and then we'll go back to your feedback. I'll play the video for you, just some of you can...
What if all the African children go to school and be allowed to express their culture, their Africanness? It would be a dream come true for all African children. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first Afrocentric school in Africa. An Afrocentric school because of what we observe
that's my wife.
among
some scholarship students that we were helping. So we were taking them to school, yes, but they lack self-efficacy, that love of self to be an African.
While most schools prohibit mother tongue and children in freedom, every child is taught their native language.
We started teaching them about who they are. They started understanding their language.
Oh man, I look like Jomo Sankara there.
And they did an exam. They understood that their forefathers were the ones who started the peace in the world, that they are the first to be born of God.
One can speak, you can speak meditative, to speak in
From Kenya, the best. That's a very colonized mind. We are telling them, even our clothes, look around, the clothes that we are wearing, this is our local tailor. So we are building the local economy, the local mindset that African
Entrepreneurship Day and Children in Freedom School. The students get a chance to present a business idea in which they collaborate with their parents. Katha, a grade 5 student, runs her own business where she produces organic African spices.
Deal with indigenous vegetables and spices. We grow them ourselves, we dry and pack.
Indigenous vegetables, they're very healthy and they are rich in nutrients and vitamins which protect you.
So I do all the work when she's at school. But when she's off school, I want to labeling, arranging, and packing.
What about the rest of us who ministered with such an experience in school? The director has a word.
It's time for Africa to wake up. It's time for us to take what belongs to us. It's time for us to stand as black men, black women, and love yourself and recognize that the gift of God is unto you on this land. You must make use of it rather than live in Africa to go and watch plays in London, in America, in Paris.
Thank you so much. And you can see the vibe that comes out of people knowing who they are. She talked about somebody, a girl, yeah, who was in grade 4, and she started a business. That business has bought her a car. Yes. When I'm saying this, people think it's a joke, it's a movie, it's a movie. This comes from the school. I will introduce you to these kids. They are millionaires. I want to produce 100 millionaires before 5 years. And that's my goal. And I've started that program. There is also, if you can Google Kerama Juice, that one is the first millionaire we had. Kerama Juice now is worth 7 million. His juice is going everywhere. He supplies hotels, supermarkets, and everything. The reason why I'm saying this is this. As black people, I told you in the beginning, yeah, there is a gift that is embedded in you. This child has just the gift of taste.